to everyone present here. This is Sushrita from the Media Club, and I would like to extend warm welcome to our very own alumni, Mr. Shashwat Tripathi. He's also one of the founders of the FMC. It's a pleasure to have you on board, sir, and I'm sure this interview session is going to be very insightful for each one of us.
Thank you, Sushrita, for inviting me. First of all, thank you all of you guys for inviting me, and it's a pleasure to be with you. It's a pleasure to see the guys who are taking the legacy forward. Nice to be here.
Thank you, sir. Let's begin the interview without any further ado. So let's get to the first question. The creativity and the innovation, which is manifested by the members of the FMC, have proved that a skill set in the field of digital arts can prove to be a very invaluable asset to the millennials of the 21st century. So from how did the idea of forming a council actually originate from?
So, that's a very deep question. So it gives me an opportunity to reminisce a bit as well. I joined ITBHU in 2012, and that's when the ball was already rolling. So I joined at a point when the discussion around FMC was already quite progressed. Before that, FMC as itself didn't exist. I mean, the idea behind forming FMC was that there's certain aspects of the activities that the students do, which are about digital arts, that were part of cultural or tech before, like they were part of the Cult Council or the Tech Council. And we used to participate, we used to work very extensively for designing, for photography of the events, for the videography of the events, for the publicity of the events. And we realized we do all of this, brute force work. We spend sleepless nights for weeks before any fest and every fest. And for cult, there is one fest. For tech, there is one fest. For sports, there is one fest. We are working for everyone. What are we doing for ourselves? We enjoy doing this stuff, so we're doing it. So the idea was to turn this from just a voluntary, something we do for the college, something that we try to give, to somewhere where we can, meet and improve our skills and do things that we wanted to do. For example, get cameras. I mean, that was in fact one of the first reasons why we thought about doing it. I think because I was also the first year at that time. So when I joined already KTBR, that's Krishna Teja, Lakshman Teja, LTVR, these guys were already, these are the stalwarts of FMC. I mean, JDVR, Jadit Mathur, these are the guys when I came. These are the guys who were doing every fest website, every fest brochure, every design, everything that was going anywhere about any activity of all the three councils. And these guys just, one day got up and said, okay, enough, let's do something for ourselves as well. So I think KTBR was the first FMC GenSec in 2012. That was my first year. Second year, Lakshman Teja Bhaiya was the GenSec. So KTBR was from mechanical 5-year IDD, and Lakshman Teja was 5-year ceramics. Then the next GenSec was Anirudh Mishra, and I was the fourth one. I was actually the first elected one, because by the time I had been in my fourth year, I had already been the Media Club secretary in my third year. And in my fourth year, we already were we already had a constitution, we had assembly, a parliament, and we had for the first time an elected process for the general secretary. So I was the first elected GenSec, but I was not the first GenSec. There were 3 other GenSecs before me. There were 3 guys who paved the road for the likes of me, I guess. And I guess I kind of tried to answer your question about what was the motivation behind it. The motivation was
I think that was a beautiful journey. We actually got to know how much our seniors have actually worked to establish the FMC.
These guys were crazy, yeah. I can only remember these guys were in. So I don't know how many of you have had the opportunity to be in college unfortunately because of COVID, or how many of you have seen what a fest looks like when you're inside the college. I don't know it. So I imagine I'll tell you what I remember, and I'll let you take parts which you can relate with. Whenever there was a fest, 3 weeks in advance, Limdi was packed. So Limdi used to be packed with people who eventually formed FMC. These were the guys who were doing all the publicity. They were making all the brochures, all the marketing content. So every fest has their own team. But in the end, for all the digital arts parts, so all the graphic designing, videos, animations, content writing, it was eventually the same people all over again. So we used to be like the people who founded FMC, they used to spend their 5 months of their 10 months in college inside that those limdy rooms. Those guys just like spent, I mean, there would have been no fest if these guys weren't existing. And they gave us this motivation, guys, let's do something for ourselves. So for example, in the second year, I had a friend in Delhi University, and they were doing a newspaper. And I saw it in my first year. I saw it and I was like, wow, this is amazing. So in my second year, this is the reason I started working for the media club, because I was so motivated to create a newspaper, and my entire motivation was because of this one thing that was stuck in my head, the lingo. There are things that people in IIT know, nobody else knows, like light hai, HG, LC, DG.
Yeah.
This is stuff that does not fakka. These are nuanced lingos, and we did. I loved it when I came here, and so in my second year, the first thing we did was we created a newspaper. We printed the newspaper. We sent it for free to every student. Like, of course, it's free. It's still free. We sent it to every student of first year, and we got such an amazing feedback about the lingo. Because I realized the thing that excited me so much, excited so many others as well. And we did a writing competition, and we found other people like us. And I realized like there is an appetite for this. There is an appetite for people trying to participate in the growth of the college, trying to give back to the college what they're learning from that, and make it fun while they're doing it. Similarly, I did a lot of photography when I was in college, and that was also one of the reasons why I think. So my touch with FMC was because of media and photography mostly. I did a bit of design, but I'm shit at it. The only thing I am proud of designing is the Quiz Club t-shirt long time ago. It's a big 42 somewhere here. It's supposed to be the answer of everything. My roommate used to be a very profound quizzer. So I think it's a journey of a lot of people's struggles. And like I remember my first year trying to get a newspaper printed. Probably like a story for a bit longer. I don't know if we have time for that.
It's fine, sir. Yeah, it's fine.
But
it was actually fun listening to your stories. I mean, we got a lot. It's really interesting, and like we actually got to know how life was before, and
it was amazing. The life was amazing. I mean, 4 years of college is like a timeless period where you get in and you kind of know where you will be at the end of it. You have a certain sense of surety about getting a job. You have a certain sense of surety about what kind of package you'll get. By the second semester, you know exactly where you land, more or less. You have seen all the paths in the third, 4th years. So the next 3 years become very cool because you have a sense of timelessness. Nothing changes. Today morning is the same as tomorrow morning. And that timelessness is what helps out creativity, because creativity under stress is very difficult. People talk about writer's block. The whole point is this: if you're under stress, if you're trying very hard to be creative, it's even more difficult, ironically, to be creative. So I think this timelessness helped a lot, and people wanted to do this. There was an appetite for it. So those were the two, I think, main points. People who were doing it plus people who wanted to be in college that led to the formation of FMC outside.
That explained a lot, sir. Like we got to know about each part of your journey. That was really cool. And now moving on to our next question. Like from where does the motivation for starting something new or starting something completely out of the box actually come from? And what is the process of creating a council from scratch?
That's a very good question, I think. The motivation to start something from scratch, I already alluded to it a bit when I said I had a friend who had a newspaper, who had a newsletter for Delhi University.
Yeah.
So I saw that. So very often motivation and ideas come from outside. They come from when you look outwards, right? This is why you call it out of the box thinking. You go outside the box and then you look inside, you look at the problem that's much smaller. So very often the ideas come from all around you. For me, the newspaper idea came from there. That's how we started Quest. Second year we struggled to start
Okay.
Quest. It was such a horrible struggle. Second year we completely failed. I'll call it a failure because we didn't end up printing anything, and we just printed a first newsletter, first draft, which was like a Facha digest. First year everyone was getting it, but we had nothing more. But
Nice.
next year onwards we did Quest. It was like we were going to call it Petrishwa. I don't know if you know the word. It's the smell of rain. When you have rain, you have the smell of sand.
Okay,
That's what we
okay.
wanted to call it.
Yeah.
But we got such amazing pushback because the cult used to use that word for a newspaper long time ago, and they didn't want us to use that name. Also, FMC was
Okay.
very young. We had 20% of the funds of any other council. So funds were not equitably distributed. We were new. And most of the funds at that point was invested in trying to get, equipment. We wanted to get better computers so that you could do like, I don't know if you still have the FMC room. You have the FMC room, guys? With the big computers.
FMC room. Yeah, I have not visited the campus yet, but I've heard from my seniors it's still there.
Yeah, so it's a room with like 2 lakh, 3 lakh worth computers, and like each computer is worth 2-3 lakhs. These are amazing PCs where you could do graphic design and animation overnight. It renders really fast. To render a video, render an animation takes a long time. If I'll render an animation on my laptop, it will die right now. And it's a professional laptop. I mean, it's an XPS, but those machines were the beasts. Similarly, we bought like 6-7 cameras at that time, Nikon 7100, 7200. It was a changing time. We bought a lot of equipment, but we didn't have a lot of disposable income. We didn't have money every month to buy and to get a newspaper. So it's a struggle when you start things because you have fund allocation becomes a big issue. Already when you are new, you have to prove stuff, right? You have to show that you have legitimacy, because essentially, if you're a new council, this is a new activity. It's not a new activity. This was happening earlier as well. We were still doing photography. We were still doing videos. We were still creating animations, but we were doing it during fests. We were doing it for others. We were not creating something just for ourselves. We were being creative for others' sake. So yeah, the legitimacy was very difficult to find in the initial years. Also, what was difficult was, I think, the temperament. So there is a notion of incumbency. When you belong, like everyone who was in the 3rd, 4th year who had never seen FMC before them, right? And who were going to be the important people for the next 1 year, trying to run the cult council, etc. They had their own understanding, and they want to have more funds for Kashi Yatra, for example, which is rational, right? So it was very difficult to actually make people believe that this is something that that people like us, that students, wanted to do. The legitimacy was very hard in the beginning, but eventually in my 3rd year, we shipped like for 9 or 10. We shipped 9 or 10 issues of Quest. Basically, 1 Quest every month, and everyone was in college. We pushed it to every room, and it was amazing. I mean, we used to. So there's a newspaper guy in every hostel. Every night we used to, like, when we would get them printed, we would give them to the newspaper wala bhaiya. We would to give him 50 rupees, and we were like, bhaiya, rate dal dena, please, koi chhodna mat. And still the guy used to like, leave out half the rooms. So we had to start doing it ourselves. Because he used to push it in the rooms where he used to give newspapers. He wasn't going to go in 130 rooms in the hostel and each room he's pushing a newspaper. He won't be doing that. So eventually we had to do it ourselves. I think the most important thing when you're starting something is don't rely on anyone. Because you are starting something, it's your prerogative to prove that there is an appetite for it, there is some interest in doing it, people are benefiting from it. And I think by the time we were ending 3rd year, there was already a legitimacy. We did the first FMC weekend, which was only for students inside the college. So it was only for IIT. In my 4th year when I was in Sec, we did the first like global FMC weekend. We got participants from Delhi University, we got participants from like all over the place. And we were like, paisa to de hi nahi rahe log waise bhi, hum apne se kar lenge. Like that was the motivation. We used to set up the, I don't know if you know about this, we used to do the movie screenings, and I remember like specifically the photography ke bachche, they were so motivated to do this. We used to erect a huge screen in the Rajputana grounds by hand at night, because that's when all the kids are available. खम्भे पकड़ के धक्का मारने के लिए सबको ही अवेलेबल है, ऊपर चढ़ के लगाने के लिए हर कोई अवेलेबल है. So yeah, we used to have a huge workforce at that point. Like all these guys volunteering because we used to do things like photo walks.
Those still happen. Like
that's very cool because I think that was what helped us create a sense of belongingness. Most of the creative people, they are very frustrated by definition. In general, if they are not allowed to express their freedom of thought, they end up being very frustrated at some level. I think by bringing all those 100 people from every batch together, we gave them an outlet, and that outlet formed bonds that I think we still have. Lakshman Bhaiya is in Europe like me, like right now. So he's in Luxembourg. I talk to him very frequently. Anirudh is traveling around India, I guess. He was also a colleague of mine in Lucknow. So yeah, I think the two main things that will I have a favorite number 2 today. The two main things are depend on yourself and depend on yourself. There's no one else who's going to be helping you, and try to find people who are motivated like you, and give them a vision, give them a direction, and the drive is there. Trust the people you can work with. If you want to do something for people, they will help you out in doing it. So yeah, I think that's the big one.
That was really motivating, sir. And the struggle was real, and the struggle actually paved.
If I'll be honest, it was shit. I remember the first time we were trying to print the newspaper. So in printing, you need 4 kinds of plates. Either you do RGB, in which case you take 3 plates. Otherwise, you do CMYK, you need 4 plates. And to get those plates, we used to स्कूटी पे ऐसे रख के प्लेट्स हम लोग गुदोलिया से वो कौन सी जगह कैंट तक जाते थे to get it printed, and then we would bring it back to get and I have done that multiple times when it was pouring like shit, and I asked myself, why am I doing this? I mean, it's I'm drenched and probably going to get cold. Why am I doing this? But when it comes out, when whatever you've written, it's on a paper and you see everyone reading it in the college, there's no parallel.
Okay, that was I have no words. I mean, I think you faced it all, from mental struggles to physical struggles, you've done it all. And it has actually paved a path for thousands or lakhs maybe of students to pursue their passion because of the proper counsel and clubs. It has actually helped us a lot.
Yeah. Also, we realized. I'm sorry. I keep because I'm in such a reminiscing mode. I just can't stop. Right.
You can continue, sir. Yeah.
We felt I will not stop. I feel like I have been unmuted after a long time. I think one of the things we saw was that a lot of things that were happening in cult, they're not they're cultural, but they're not. How do I say this?
They're not specific to our digital arts.
Yeah, exactly. They're not digital, and the world is digital now. So fine arts is what? It's like design, but design has more implications because design can be applied everywhere because the world is digital.
It's more technical.
Exactly, yes. So media is basically the technical aspect of lit. So literary students, so we used to see a lot of overlap between people from cult and FMC, and this was the reason. There are a lot of cultural aspects of things that we do in FMC, but we do them more technically. We do them in a way which is scalable, which is relevant to the modern world. Designing is relevant to the modern world. Media is relevant to the modern world. Video animation is relevant to the modern world. These are things that we really thought that it exists in cult, but just because it's not the focus there, we deserve to have some place where there's the technical aspect of it is the focus. I think that was great as well.
Okay. Right, sir. So now moving on to our next question.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you all the time.
It's totally fine, sir. We would love to hear more, to be honest. So the clubs in the initial stages are fragile and they're still under the process of expanding. So what are the different challenges that they face in the process of establishing themselves?
Yeah, I kind of started on this a bit earlier. First is legitimacy. So as I said, in my second year, we were already in FMC, right? FMC already existed. There was already a media club. Alok Bhaiya was the Seki at that point. Pratik Sinha was one of the guys who joined Seki at that point. And these guys, in our first year, we really struggled to print anything at all. In the end, we just printed that one thing that I was just talking about. People, This is what I want. And we didn't print a lot. We didn't have legitimacy. Every time we felt we were kind of being cheated by the councils. Like for example, in Spardha, we were promised. Spardha used to be done by ceramics. Like essentially, the Gensec of sports was ceramic. The Gensec of I don't know how it's called now. The guy who's responsible for Spardha. The convener, the Kanvi, co-Kanvi, and the Gensec, joint Gensec, both of them, like all of them were from ceramics. Rituraj and Al Jasivia. So it used to be a ceramic fest, and since Pratik was from ceramics, I was from ceramics, and we felt, and Alok was from Matti, and materials are always very close to ceramic. It's not like CSM ceramics, right? So we used to, we expected that these guys would let us print stuff. So in the end, the entire footprint of FMC was, we did all the photography, we made all the videos, we did all the design, but in the end, whatever we wanted printed didn't get printed at all. Like the newspaper was just digital copy sent to everyone. And that was kind of heartbreaking, very disappointing for people who were working on it. Like if your goal is to write stuff that everyone can read, thousands of students can read, and you send it as an email and you see that 10% opened it, it's not very motivating. But I think the key is to not stop. The key is to continue doing it. Like as you said in your previous question, to build something from scratch, right? This is the key. To build something from scratch, you can't stop. You have to continue building it, and if you don't build it, like if you stop midway, you might have as well stopped at the beginning. I mean, you created no difference. So just don't stop in the beginning, even if there are failures. Like, they're just part of the process. Just don't stop.
Okay. Right, so
I think I take this from in my life as well. Like, I think this is entirely my work now. Like, I work as a product manager. My job is to build stuff, and I really enjoy building things from scratch. Like in my very limited career, I still have built a lot of. Like, I built 2 products from scratch, and I enjoy doing this. And I've seen that it's exactly the same in your professional life. In the beginning, you'll get a lot more legitimacy questions. You'll have to work a lot more harder. People won't believe you. People won't have a buy-in. But the thing is, you can't stop, because if you stop, it was all for nothing. So
yes, sir. I think that was very valuable, to be honest. And yeah, we all will keep that in our minds, and I'm sure it's going to help us at some or the other point in our lives. So moving on to the next question. So as we know that a club is formed by its people, and it is the people who establish what is called the club culture, which is very crucial in a club's working. So during the initial days, what steps were taken to create the public image and to bring in more people to participate, right, in the club?
So, okay, 2 aspects of your question, right? First was public image, and second was club culture, right? I wouldn't take credit for the club culture. It already existed when I joined. In my first year, FMC was already forming, and it was forming because the culture, as I said, culture already existed. The culture for trying to do creative things and just talking to people who enjoy doing that, it already existed. So I think, and these guys were known, to be honest, FMC was known as the people who would do, mazdoor the hum. Like we were the laborers. For every fest we used to work, for every council we used to work, and we used to work, not for us, because in the end it's the convener who's going to get, in the end, every FMC guy who used to work used to get one billa, which just would let them go to the front of every council.
Sorry?
I called it a billa. So it's a badge. When you go to a fest, you get a badge. Okay. And sometimes you have a badge which says co-convener, convener. I have like 10 right now. Similarly, you have a head of media, photography head, stuff like this. What it lets you do is you can cut the lines. You can go to the front of every concert when Kashi Yatra happens. And it's not for our benefit. It's because we were the guys with the cameras. We were supposed to click good pictures so that they could get published. Guys to fund them for the next year. Yeah, because that's what goes into the funding brochures, right? We were the guys making the brochures. So in the end, we were the volunteers. We were the volunteers with no credit. So the culture was that. The culture was we do it for the. This was exactly the culture. I mean, we do it for the college. We don't do it for ourselves. That's why the first FMC weekend was also only for the college. We didn't go the same way as for everyone else. We didn't do many commercial events in the sense which made money, but we showed movies. We showed movies to everyone in the college. Every night there used to be a big movie screening. As I was saying, we used to erect a big screen in Rajputana. And we used to show a lot of movies. We used to show Guardians of the Galaxy, Imitation Game. I remember these were the ones in the first year, and people loved them. Horror movie. Imagine watching horror movies with popcorn and coke with your friends at night in Rajputana grounds.
That's a gem of an experience.
Yeah, it was fun. And we used to do it for 4 nights at a stretch, 2 movies every night. We used to love it, and we used to do it for the people. And I think that was the culture when I joined.
Okay.
As for sharing this culture, what kind of activities we did. So the goal was that I think what Lakshman VR taught us was you'll find a lot of talent, like Lakshman VR, KTVR taught us, was you'll find a lot of talent in the people here every year. And we did. Like a guy with me, Sham Sharma, I mean, he could have been the secretary of photography in his first year. That's how much photography he knew already. So this guy, like very talented people we met every year. The goal was just don't let them lose hope. Just don't let them feel like, there is no one looking out for them, because this is what used to happen. They used to work on so many fairs that they used to burn out by the end. So you could call FMC like a trade union in that sense. We were not really a council, we were a trade union, so that we were protecting the rights of every creative kid in the college, so that they didn't burn out. And I think that was the goal, just to protect the guys who had creativity, because very often people don't, like, I feel sometimes myself, it's a bit more difficult to communicate if you don't find the right bandwidth. And that's what we were trying to do, like give them an open line of communication, share their concerns, act on them. They wanted cameras, they wanted video cameras, whatever they wanted. Can we provide them? Can we fight for them in the GenSec meetings? Can we fight with the DOSA to argue and say, guys, one more woofer for cult is not necessary. Give us our first goddamn camera. That was, I think, the entire journey. So yeah, those are the things that we did. Like we tried to do in the early years. Like my entire third year, the only achievement I'll say, if any, I think my third year was quite good. I got like an internship in a PPO and all, but the biggest accomplishment I still think is the fact that we got funding for a newspaper, and it was a recurrent funding. We used to get 14,000 every month. And to be honest, that was not like we were given money in advance. We were given money at the end of the exercise. So the first 40,000 I put from my pocket, which is shit, because as a student, you don't have 14,000. My father used to send me 3,000 a month, and that is nothing if you want to live in a different city.
Oh.
So, it was difficult. I'm surely difficult, but when difficult things succeed, you feel even better.
I think the culture is unmatchable, and since it's online, we're actually getting a FOMO of missing out things. We're just waiting to return to the campus and experience all of this.
I think FMC still has an edge in that sense, because most of the things, as we were talking earlier, they're digital, right? So just because of virtue of being digital, they can be done on Zoom. I don't imagine a dance workshop going very well on Zoom. However, I imagine a photography workshop going, or design workshop going brilliantly on Zoom, because these are stuff that is supposed to be done on screen. So, yeah.
True.
So I think
but still, there are things that, but still, it would have been better if it was offline. Like it has its own.
Of course.
It cannot be matched.
Nothing
Even
matches
though the name
the
is
fact
digital
that...
arts, it has to be offline.
True, because it's about the spirit. Nothing matches the fact that you spend like the entire night with the Saurabh Shah and Mehta Tangi designing stuff for the next fest, which starts tomorrow. So nothing matches that. You're right. Nothing matches being in the trenches with the guys. So yeah, true.
Okay. So moving on to our next question. So when a club is formed, like before allocating the fund, like what are the things that are kept in mind?
Yeah. So how the procedure works, or at least used to work earlier, was we used to give a budget. So more or less, we knew how much budget we had out of the entire pie. So there's a big pie, which is, let's say, 80 lakhs, of which 40 lakhs would be going to, Inter-IIT Sport Fest, 20 lakh would be going to sports in general, Sports Council, GNC, 10 would go to tech, 10 would go to cult. And if there is 2 on top of it, it will go to FMC. Now, we already knew that kind of setup. So we knew that what is the slice of the cake that is allocated to us. Beyond that point, our responsibility was like, we used to ask all the secretaries of the clubs, all the members of the clubs, what are the things you want to invest in next year? Is it equipment? What will help you do your job more fluently? So is it equipment? Is it so for example, for Media Club, it used to be money set out for the newspaper, whereas for photography, it used to be new memory cards, new cameras, new lenses, stuff like this. So yeah, each secretary, each joint sec, they used to create a okay, this is what I want. This is the best quote you can find. So yeah, there was a lot of magajmari. I would say, I don't have the right word in English. A lot of debate about what we should spend on, because we didn't have a lot of money. I think the first investments, which were very smart, were on things which have a long life, which is equipment,
Right.
and that helped us get new people, because more people. So council would allocate you more funds if more people are part of the council. So if you have equipment that you can let people practice on, improve on, they will participate. And then the best thing that could have happened was the advent of good camera phones, because that helped photo walks a lot. Because if you want to do a photo walk with 10 people, you can give them 10 cameras. If you want to do a photo walk with 100 people, you can't have ever afford 100 cameras.
Yes.
Phones came and they gave you a professional setting section where we could show them the same set of functionalities that we had on the camera, and they could do this all their lives. Like, we still are taking pictures, and it's never going to stop. This is something that everyone is going to use. Why not do it well? So more people joined, more people participated. I think photography was I'm missing a word again. I think I'm too overcome by emotion to find the right words right now. Photography was the game. It was the open.
It was a hype. There was a good hype of photography.
Exactly. It was a foot in the door, because once you bring out 100 first-year kids, which no one else used to do at that point. Even dance and theater didn't get 100 people in their first sessions. And we got in photography sessions in the morning. We were not even going very far. We were just in college campus. I mean, college is beautiful, right? The campus is amazingly beautiful. We'll find out, I'm sure, when you spend more time there. But it's a place it's beautiful, that place. So, it comes in my dreams even now. It's that beautiful. It's never going anywhere. And Varanasi in itself is very beautiful. So, just taking your phone, going across the ghats, going across the campus for 4 or 5 hours, it takes nothing from your life, but it gives you a lot. And that was, I think, one of the places which was like foot in the door. People were like, okay, FMC kya hai? And people used to get excited by it, interested by it. And and I think our pitch was quite cool. So I think that at that point, Bahubali had come out. I'm not even sure. Some movie had come out. I was like, do you guys want to make a movie like this? And I had such a huge cheer for it, because I think people they were excited by the prospect of creating something like this. And I think photography in general helped us get a lot of people. Also, the secretaries were quite amazing on photography for the entire period I was at college. They were exceptional photographers. I am still not even 1/100th of the skills they possess. And these guys taught a lot. They enjoyed sharing their knowledge. So I think that helped a lot.
Right.
I don't even remember what was the question right now. I don't know if I answered it.
Fine, we just got to know a lot more things apart from the question. It's completely fine.
What was the question though, if I may just...
The question was regarding the allocation of funds, but it's I think you answered it.
Yeah, exactly. I tried to answer it. So we had a very small slice. We invested mostly in equipment, because I think equipment helped us scale.
Was there any instance where the funds were left? So what did you do with them? How did you
channelize? There was no instance
them?
where funds were left for us. Never.
Okay.
So FMC never had. So even when we were doing FMC weekend, we had what, 80,000 ka budget. We had 80,000 rupees as a budget of FMC weekend in the first year, which is nothing. We spent 60,000 on tent and screen. And you see my point, 3/4 of the entire funds we spent on the only thing that was not creating any monetization. That was, in fact, even probably illegal, because we don't have the rights to show those movies to such a crowd. But because we were not charging anything, it was okay. So we showed all the movies. And I think these kind of things that we were doing out of goodwill.
You must have done a lot of jugaad also to manage.
That's, I think, a part of life in India in general, right? I mean, it's not just in India, I would say. Even it has different names everywhere in the world. It's called Système D en France. In France, we call it System D. It's called something else in China. Everywhere you have this notion of jugaad.
It's present everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like the jugaad I was doing was like, theek hai bhai, matlab, the newspaper wala will not give the newspaper in every room. I will do it. Or I will try to find two fachas to accompany me, and they'll do it this time. Next time they'll find two other fachas to do it. It's not really jugaad, but yeah. And we try to like
money management, more like.
Money management came also from the fact that a lot of our content which was difficult to publish because we didn't have space for it in the newspaper, we tried to push it into to fest newspaper, into specific we'll try to adapt it to tech a bit, and then we'll put it in tech next newspaper. We'll adapt it to sports a bit, and we'll put it in sports newspaper, because this gave more people an opportunity to write, because in a newspaper of 8 pages, more or less the same 8 people write. You get your kind of writing style. There was a thing called Pink Sermon. There was a girl called Rashi in my 3rd year as secretary. She was in 2nd year, and she used to write a thing called Pink Sermon. Amazing! It was so sarcastic.
Right, sir. Okay, that was very interesting. Not gonna lie. So now moving to the last question of this interview. So do you have any specific messages for your juniors for taking forward the legacy of the FMC?
Wow, बहुत सारा pressure आ गया suddenly मेरे पे. It's going to be difficult. I'll say do it for the college, but also do it for yourself. You'll learn skills that you'll use all your life. I still make my CVs in Photoshop, and I never had used Photoshop before in my life. So there's skills that you'll learn that you'll use in the digital world. Surely, making a video is a skill that you need to know. Like it's basic. It will be used essentially in any job. I mean, you could use it. So do these for the college. The college has a great appetite for good content, but also do it for yourself. Improve your skills, and most importantly, just enjoy doing it. I mean, if you enjoy letting your creativity out, enjoy having the opportunity, because to be honest, like if I come from a family where my father would never have bought me a 1 lakh rupees camera, but I got to play with one. I got to play with one with so many different sets of lenses. Like it's crazy to think, mind-boggling to think of one person having access to so many resources. If you're not a professional photographer. If you're a professional photographer, you will have access to everything. But as an amateur, as a kid of 17 years, who was not seen 1855 or 18120, and he can't differentiate between the two, it's insane to be able to use the two of them on the same day. Take the photo of the same thing with the two of them. It's an opportunity, so enjoy it. The fact that you have computers which can render animate, like I remember our FMC theme was Heroes Reunite or something like this. So we made little animations of every Marvel superhero which was existing at that point, little tiny animations. And they used to render so beautifully. I remember we had a little Iron Man, little Hulk. Guys spent the entire days and nights in FMC room building those, rendering those, just trying to add the smallest weight every right place so that even the muscles twitch properly. I have never done it after that, and I have never seen it after that. But it's an opportunity, because I'm not sure ever in your life, these 3 years where everything is timeless, more or less, and nothing changes. In these 3 years, you get to explore things with resources that the college has provided you. I mean, we struggled for it. We really fought for it. But in the end, it's the college who bought it for you. You paid the fee, and these are for you. So you exactly use them. There will be competition in the sense there are a lot of people to use them. So, okay, yes, as I said, 100 people to use 10 cameras. So, of course, we'll have to work hard, improve your skills fast enough to be one of the people who will get them during the fest. Because during the fest, the 90 who have done it 2 times in their lives are not going to get an opportunity to do it. And this is not the time for trial and error. So, yeah, use this opportunity really wisely, and you will enjoy it. Like, it's fun. I remember the first time Lakshmi Bhaiya ka camera tha bahut purana. It was not even a DSLR, it was a digital cam, but a very good one at that. And we were covering Spardha with Rohit Singla, one of my friends who's also in photography. And by the time, and when we were coming back to get food, on the way back, we took random pictures. It was autumn because that's when it used to happen, Spardha. And we took random pictures of leaves and stuff. Dead leaves and green leaves. And by the time I came back, because I knew the fact, like, okay, macro पे photo खींचने से background blur हो जाता है. That was all I knew, and I did that. I applied that. I still love those pictures. I mean, retrospectively, like, I have probably never clicked better pictures. And so it's sad because now I have traveled like 50 countries and now 20 countries even, not 15.
Oh,
yeah, so I've traveled so much still, and I have not taken better pictures. It's kind of sad, but I think that speaks a lot.
It is very.
That speaks a lot about the opportunity you get to explore when you're a college student.
Okay. Thank you for your message, sir. I think everybody is going to keep that in mind. And we had a lot of takeaways in today's session. There were a lot of interesting stories. We got to know how much you guys have actually struggled to bring FMC to such a stage today. And it is really inspirational for all of us. And thank you so much for joining us, sir. It was a great time.